Okay, hi everyone, I'm Toby Reid from Nervegna Architecture. Doing the Central Goldfields Art Gallery, which is in Dja Dja Wurrung country in Maryborough. The gallery is an art gallery in an old 1861 fire station, and right from the start the council idea was that it would be a kind of decolonisation of Maryborough. At the other end of the axis, this is at one end of the axis, at the other end there's the famous train station that Mark Twain wrote about, saying that Maryborough was a train station with a town attached to it. So it's they're two important sites for them. So when we got the project, it was like being run as an art gallery, but it was like a rabbit warren, like lots of little rooms renovated over many, many years in different ways, in very haphazard ways. So at the same time as we were engaged, Djandak and Djaara Members were employed to design a sculpture garden, which is at number 10 at the top of the page. And the two projects are meant to be totally intertwined and talk to each other and kind of communicate to each other in every way possible. So what we decided to do was, rather than do a kind of, I suppose, a historic recreation or something, or sort of restoration of a building, we decided to look at the building in sort of other ways to try to reveal other histories, other dialogues that might be sort of repressed by the Victorian ideology and system. So what we did was decide to design through subtraction and erasure rather than sort of addition as much as possible. So all these red areas are places where we just sort of deleted things. So I suppose we're thinking on an artistic level a bit like how Rauschenberg, like 60 years ago or whatever, got a de Kooning drawing and then just rubbed it out and created an artwork. So we want to sort of be able to erase something and design it through a sort of new system like that. So we create these spatial channels, or sort of space objects that would talk to the garden and reveal the building in slightly new ways, I'd say. So it's a bit hard without a pointer. I don't know if that works, but you can kind of see that we've created a number of windows that cut through the gallery. They cut right through the gallery, under the tower, through the collection store, into the main gallery, into the garden. And also we've done these other ones through cutting two starlights one into the entry and one into the middle of the ramp gallery. Now we did a whole series of diagrams for the Venice Biennale last year, which kind of diagrammed out these tactics. So this was one of them. So you can see here, this is the front entry, and you're entering on the left, on the right here, through that door which used to be a window. And then we created sort of pop-up gallery here in the ramp space, which is for younger artists. And here we've cut through this sort of spatial channel right through to under the tower. So we sort of took the shape of the underside of the tower and then just cut it right through the building. Okay. So, and that happens in a number of sequences. And we've got this triangular skylight there, which you'll see in a second. And we've got the other circular skylight over there. So they both cut through to the tower, which are things that you can see them there on the elevation. And you can see them on the roof there. So you can kind of see how we sort of calculate these things so that you bring the tower inside, which, although it's focusing on Victorian bit of architecture, it's seeing it in a kind of different way, like not the way that the Victorians would have intended, and so it sort of becomes like a new experience. And that's the view there through that triangular skylight. So you're seeing through the tower and then the actual top of the tower. Now this wall here, it's a bit hard to see in this shot, but that bit of brick wall is the oldest bit of brick in the whole building. So we want to sort of highlight that, but in not just by exposing all the brick, but by sort of cutting away the sort of white cube of the gallery in a sort of certain, like in a sort of half circle, to which sort of creates a dialogue with that sort of white cube mentality, but also the idea of sort of, I suppose, the colour scarf idea of sort of cutting through layers of building. You can see that there. There's more diagrams of those sort of spatial channels. And that's up in the middle of the ramp gallery. So, the skylight here. So, on your right, you've got the main gallery space, which was once where the fire trucks were. And we're in the sort of new circulation space that we've created, which makes every sort of level accessible. And then on the left here, these are the kind of offices and collection store, which the paintings had been put in here. And wherever there was walls removed, you kind of see the imprint in the ground. So we kind of kept these traces. Okay. And the footprints of the original people making the slab. That was the other thing we did, is we opened the doors to the street, which before they had like all these walls blocking them and everything. So, and we put the gallery name in reflective tape on the front. So very simple gestures in a way. Smoking ceremony. And we created this moon wall in the education room, which directly talks to the garden, the sculpture garden, which is being built at the moment. So it's not finished, it's just halfway through construction at the moment. So at dusk, Djandak have designed the space so that the moon wall will kind of float in the space, and that's it from the inside. That's the pop-up gallery. That's the permanent collection room. So all these cuts through the building will aim at certain parts of the sculpture garden when it's finished.